Hi girls, welcome to my channel. Today I will be talking about my study abroad and how I studied abroad my first year of college at 18. It was insane. So I will be splitting up this video into 3 parts. My first part, which is this part, is how and when and where and what's going on, like what even is study abroad, how we're talking credits, we're talking logistics, we're talking what you need, we're talking passports, we're talking visas, we're talking all of that, okay? A big thing about studying abroad is choosing a good program, and I will be talking about mostly Verto Education. Verto Education is who I did my study abroad with, and honestly, I cannot say really much bad things about them, and they are a great program. So I will kind of be basing my logistics off of that program. So if you guys kind of want to Google Verto Education and look up the logistics yourself for this year or the upcoming years, because I do know they change, but this is just to kind of give you guys a rundown and kind of give you guys like a base starting point when you're like researching study abroad and how to do it and what even is study abroad, because a lot of people were like, what, how did you even do that, what's going on? And that's how I felt in the beginning. I was like, what the heck? So I will be telling you guys all about it. So I started off my journey with study abroad October of my senior year of high school when I applied to the University of Denver. That was my dream school. I wanted to get in so bad, and I didn't know that coincidentally they actually worked with Verto Education. So I got into the program a little bit differently than what I'm gonna advise you guys to do, just because I actually got invited. So they have 2 ways of admitting students, which is direct transfer students, which is what I'm gonna let you guys know what it is and like how you guys can get in. And then they have channel partners, which was, I was actually a channel partner. So what they do is it's through invitation only, and it's like the schools that work with Verto Education. They have 60+ schools. This is Syracuse, Baylor, Loyola, a bunch of them. There's a bunch, Knox, there's a bunch of them. So all of those colleges sometimes admit or choose some first year students to send abroad to get some global experience and then come back to the main campus, and that's how I did it. They reached out to me in December, 2 months after I applied to the University of Denver. First, Verto Education reached out to me and they were like, hey, like, we'd love for you to come on board with us, like, let's start this journey. They were emailing me and all that stuff, but I didn't really know if it was real. I was like, wait, what the heck is going on? Is this a scam? Literally, until the University of Denver emailed me and they sent me a cute letter and they were like, hey, we'd love for you to come and be a part of the Denver community, but right now we actually have no space for you. So could we actually send you abroad and then you come back? That's what they said. They literally told me, they were like, we love your essay, we love your application, but we have no space. So we're actually going to give you an opportunity to work with Verto Education and go abroad 2 semesters. They did force or like tell me to do 2 semesters, but if you are doing it the direct transfer way, which is just you on your own kind of choosing to go study abroad through this program, you could do 1 to 2 to 3 semesters. So what I advise everybody to do if you are kind of looking into this is go on vertoeducation.com, and actually, let me show you guys the website. So you're gonna go to vertoeducation.com, and as soon as you get into the website, the first thing is going to be a apply now and join info session. Join an info session. Even if you don't even think this is actually gonna happen for you, if you're just watching this video, girl, go join the info session. Like, go educate yourself on this opportunity because it's a great one. So once you join the info session and you get more information on what's going on and what it is and stuff, you will start applying. So you will hit apply and they will ask you for your name and your email and your phone number, and as soon as you put that information in, they will start hitting you with newsletters and emails from your advisor to like really make sure that like they're helping you throughout the process. The application to get into the Verto program is just like any other college application. Remember, girlies, we may be studying abroad, but we're still studying. This is a regular college application, like any other application that you've seen, and then you also turn in your transcripts. You I think they need a recommendation letter. I'm not sure about that, actually. They might not even need one. And they need an essay. You need to give them a good essay, and I would maybe advise to talk about why you want to maybe do international work, or why you want to be in a different country, experience different cultures. I feel like that would be kind of like an eye catcher for them, for sure. I didn't speak about any of that in my essay, because my essay was directly with the University of Denver, so I didn't even know that, but anyways, once you do that and they accept you and they're like, yes, you're in, let's do this, like, let's study abroad, this comes with another application process. This may sound overwhelming and you're gonna be like, oh, this is too hard, like, I don't even know, this is overwhelming. Girl, that's exactly what I thought, and it's easy. Like, just get to it, girl. Like, just put a little bit of work in. Like, let's just do it, okay? I am a procrastinator. I don't really like to feel overwhelmed when it comes to things, but honestly, like, this was so helpful. Like, the Verto team was so helpful throughout everything, because now you're in the Verto program. Let's say you're in the program. Now you need to apply for a student visa and your passport. So I will say, before anything, like, just make sure that you have your passport. As soon as you start communicating with Verto Education, they're gonna be like, hey, you need to get your passport. Obviously, like, you need it. And then once you have your passport, you will need to fill out an application for your student visa, which the onboarding team with Verto Education will totally help you with that. They, like, send you a whole list of things to do, like, step by step, how to fill it out, because a visa application, like, you have to fill it out perfectly. I remember, I think my Prague visa application, I had to do it in blue ink. Like, I had to use a blue pen, and it had to be just perfect. So they tell you exactly how to do that. That was the most stressful part for me, because I was still in high school and I was kind of like dealing with like finals and AP classes and all that stuff while I was like applying for a visa in another country. So that was just, I think, just something that you need to prepare for, and that you need to know, like, hey, like, this might be something that, like, this might be a reality for you if you are going to apply and stuff. I will say also, one thing that really helped me was making sure that all my ducks were in a row. I am a perfectionist. I get like anxiety sometimes, so I really wanted to make sure that if I left the country and I was in a different country, that my life was going to be set up and it was going to be in order. So I made sure to get a bank account. I opened up a bank account. I got a credit card. This was my first credit card, which I made sure that was a travel rewards credit card, and that had no foreign transaction fees, and that had no annual fees either. And all of this supported me in my trip abroad. Also, another little thing of logistics is going to be your phone number. You are going to need a either, if you have your phone paid off, all you're gonna need to do is fly over, and then you're gonna, as soon as you get there, the own program will have like a day, because for Prague we did like a whole week of orientation, and then as soon as you get there, they'll like group you up, and they'll be like, hey, like, do you have a chip for your phone? If not, they'll help you, and they'll like literally walk you to the store and get you a chip for your phone. So that's fine. But me, a little quick story time, I had a beautiful pink iPhone, which I actually left on top of my car, on top of my truck, my freaking 4x4 Chevy Silverado, and then I drove off and the phone literally flew off the truck. So I had no phone, and then I had to get a new phone. But because I am just a girl and I'm just a college student, I like got my phone like through payments. I don't know what that's called. I financed my phone, and so when you finance your phone, you can't unlock it to put a chip from another country. Obviously, this is a very important piece of information. These are the little tiny things that you need to be like really knowledgeable of and just like be prepared for, because they're gonna sneak up on you. So you cannot like do that. So what I did was actually contact T-Mobile. I have T-Mobile, and then I was like, hey, like I'm going to study abroad. I just need a phone plan that's going to be like super flexible, and it's going to give me internet wherever I am, and you know, whatever, all that. And I did that. I don't recommend that for you at all. I don't even recommend it. It's expensive. It's really expensive. I spent probably the most money on my phone just because I got a phone plan and I was still paying off my phone, rather than paying off my phone and then just going to get a chip that was like $50 for like 3 months instead of paying like $150 with T-Mobile, which I'm still mad at you, T-Mobile. Still mad. Anyways, yeah, I do recommend that you pay off your phone or that you just get a chip. Like, that's what I recommend for sure. Do not get a plan, because honestly, it's not even that good. Like, you're gonna be in the middle of like Budapest and you're gonna be like, oh my god, like where is the signal, hello? And then your friend next to you that like got a chip is and pays $13 a month is gonna be like, what do you mean? Like, I'm fine, I'm watching TikTok. And you're gonna be like, actually kill me now because I pay 150. Anyways, that's a very important tip. Okay, budgeting, finance, how much money are we spending here? Now, remember, the program is actually from $22,000 to $19,000 depending on the location. Now, yes, that's like the base price, but they do have a bunch of scholarships, they have a bunch of grants, they have a bunch of opportunities. Like I said, just communicate. I want to clear something up real quick. FAFSA, they do not accept FAFSA, but they do have need-based financial aid, which they base off of your FAFSA. Okay, stay with me. They do not actually use any federal aid. Like, they're not actually using your FAFSA or anything like that. They just want you to send it over so that they can see that you really are need-based, and then they give you those need-based grants or scholarships that they offer. Okay. You know that you're going to need financial aid, communicate and let them know like why and everything. And just, it's a big part of being like a college student, just really advocating for yourself and being responsible and being clearly communicative. So if you let them know that you are, you know, in need of financial aid, they will let you know like what opportunities they have for you. I will say that I do know that if you have a really high GPA, like a 3.8, like 3.5, you're getting up to $10,000 off your fees, your tuition. In the website it shows, and like, yeah, they have a bunch of grants, so don't think that that's like the total that you're gonna pay, but that's kind of where it starts. So you're going to be paying that fee for the program. So that's the fee for your education, for your living arrangement. Depending on each location, you're either going to do a homestay, an apartment, or a dorm. In Prague, we only had apartments and dorms, and in Spain, we only had dorms and homestays. Homestays are where you're actually living with a family, and I didn't do homestay, so I'm not very like knowledgeable on that, but I do know that they cook for you. It's like really being immersed in the Spain life or whatever. I don't know what other locations do homestays, but I do think a homestay is like a really nice opportunity. I do have a friend that did homestay and she really liked it. She thought it was really cool. I knew a bunch of people that did homestay and they had a lot of fun. And they even had like, for Spain, they have like the La Feria, and they had like this rooftop that they lived in, because they lived in like an actual house in Spain, and they like could invite their friends and stuff, which was really cool. But yeah, it all really depends on like all these like little logistics that you're thinking like, oh my god, like where am I gonna live, like what, like all that stuff. With Verto Education, this is gonna be much easier than you think. Like, you're not gonna have to worry about like where you're living, because they're gonna give you a living arrangement. Like, you could pick if you want a dorm, if you want a homestay. If you're going to with Verto Education actually offers trips within your location. So each semester with the locations, they offer a big trip. So in Spain, we did Morocco. We did a 2-day trip to Morocco, which was awesome. I loved it. It's like one of being like crossing the bridge of Gibraltar was like awesome. I loved it. And being in Africa was really crazy. Like that's really crazy too. And that was awesome. So that was like something that is included in your tuition. You're going on these trips. Your transportation, they're actually going to give you either in Prague they gave us like an actual free metro card. So I just had to like walk around with it, because if the police catched me without the Prague like metro card, they would actually like charge you like $5 or something like that. And then in Seville they gave me a transportation card also, but you actually had to put like $10 in it, or like $20 that will last you like the 3 months. And like every time you get on the buses, like you just had to scan your card and it would take like 11 cents or whatever, and like the whole time you could live with like $20 on your card, which was great. The transportation and all that is going to be eased by the program. It is going to be scary, like whatever, but we're going to talk all that stuff in the next part. Right now I just really wanted to give you guys like this base point to start off with, like all this information, so that the next video that I talk about like all the fun stuff, I won't have to talk about all of this. But the biggest, most important piece of information in this video is going to be transcripts and how they work and how they're transferring your credits. So obviously the bigger question that I get all the time is, how are you studying in a different country and still getting like a legit degree from the United States? So Verto Education actually works with the University of New Haven in Connecticut. So all of their students are receiving credits from the University of New Haven. In your transcripts, now that I'm in the University of Denver back home, in my transcripts it shows that I have credits from the University of New Haven, and you're just getting legit credits. Like you're getting a legit education from an actual US based institution, so you won't have to worry about like having to transfer credits from another country that like maybe might not be valid. The only thing that you might be a little iffy or might have to take into consideration is your declared major, or what your like career is going to be. I will say that medicine and nursing, I have no idea how that works. I do know that for those classes you first need to have like your biology, your chemistry, your natural sciences. So I do know that all those classes are offered at with Verto. So also a little tip is that each location has different classes. So if you are kind of going into law, maybe England or in London, they will have classes that kind of steer towards law, or maybe in Spain they have more biology and chemistry and stuff, or in Prague they had like international relations and good business classes. So it really all depends. Once you know all this information that I'm like spilling onto you, you'll know, like once you're like starting your process, you're going to be like, okay, like I'm going to pick this because this is what I want for my career, and like whatever. It all really depends on you. I really want to make sure that I'm like spilling out all the information so that like you guys know that just because you're gonna be a nurse, like that doesn't mean you can't study, because you still need those like base classes, like the general classes, that like your general core curriculum is what I'm pretty sure that everybody in college receives. So I know that those classes are there for you, so look into that, into what classes would fit your major. And yeah, that's how transcripts work. I hope that I really mentioned like all these like technical things, and that I really tried my hardest to touch on everything, but I know that you guys will still have a lot of questions, so leave them down below in the comments. Follow me on Instagram in case I post another Q&A, and yeah, I'm here to really answer and talk about anything you guys want to like talk about. Let me know, leave me some ideas down below. I'm really excited for the next video though, because it will be so much fun. This is just like the base, because I really want this to be like an opportunity that a lot of Latinas take advantage of, because I feel like I was kind of like the only, not the only Latina, but I really was though. Like I don't know, there was a lot of oh, another thing, there you will be like intermixing and being with like people from all over the world who have like so many different backgrounds, and not even just like financially, but just nationalities and stuff like that. I went in Verto, they take in students from all over the country, obviously, so I now have friends that are from like California, New York, Texas, fucking Louisiana, or like just random like states. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this first part. Stay tuned for the second part, where I do like, it's gonna be my favorite part. I'm gonna talk like where to shop, like where to party, where to eat, like all that fun stuff about each location. I'm gonna even show you guys pictures, and I'm gonna open up my little travel memory box that I have and show you guys all the cool stuff that I have saved throughout the months and throughout the years now of me traveling. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This was my first YouTube video, so I hope to get better with time. But thank you guys so much. Bye.
Ice what? Whoa, whoa, baby, poke it out.